So I should remember to press the record button. So yeah, when we left at last, the body of Clyn Murrick had exacted revenge on Lila, who was completely unrepentant at having brought about his death.
Well, I didn't know to be repentant about it.
And when you all decided it would be a good idea to vacate the scene, young Halissa was quite worried and said you'd better all come with her because it was very important. And for some reason, most of you seem to think that was a good idea after all.
I didn't.
I know you didn't. That's why this gets even more interesting and fun. So what would you like to do?
Look,
Gregor's
we
player.
have got to go finish off the fort.
Mm-hmm.
Halissa looks scared. She looks worried. Starts fidgeting.
Issues, little girl.
She just sort of sulks and whimpers, doesn't say anything.
Well, whatever you have to tell us, you can tell us at the fort. It's as safe as place as ever.
Her eyes widen slightly, but she doesn't say anything.
Wouldn't it be safer if what she wanted to tell us was at a safer place than the fort? Because the fort's not exactly safe. We ran away from it, remember?
Yes, but whatever's in that fort already wants to kill us. Any new additional news to it to more so kill us is moot.
Unless that information is helpful to you.
You're not here.
I'm just thinking that a character, exactly.
Don't mind me, I'm just being silent and allowing others the opportunity to speak.
Yeah. Likewise, I'm waiting on Scott and Cassandra to speak up.
Ornacia?
What, have we started?
Yeah.
Yeah, intro, everything. I mean,
Yeah, well,
server.
double intro as well. So,
Okay.
Gregor wants to go to the fort, and Halissa seems very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable at this idea.
Melancholia is still in play, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I thought it was not. I thought she's even less so. Because I did cast Lesser Restoration upon her.
I know that removed 1/8 of it. It takes time to do these things.
Well, I understand that. It's just, I don't think she's quite as melancholy as before.
Not quite as
I'm
melancholic as before, no.
No. I don't mind what we do.
hoping. Is there a reason why you don't want us to go to the fort?
She fidgets and looks away and tries to avoid eye contact.
She probably still has a thing for you, Renacia.
Why don't you want us to go to the fort?
She backs away slightly and beckons to Renacia.
All right. I'll hear what she has to say.
She leads you a short distance, and she begins to speak in low tones, murmuring, and gazing over your shoulder at the others very intently.
No.
Now this is where the
Where is-
fun begins.
Where is Foofer at when they start walking off?
Oh, he starts walking after Renacia, but then he turns and glares at Gregor and goes blah with his mouth tentacles, and then follows.
Somebody's a creepy stalker.
So, Holyssa murmurs to
Somebody's
Renacia.
about
She
to get
says,
nude, or
she points over her shoulder at Gregor and says, "Don't trust him. He's one of them. He's a monster. He's leading you all into a trap."
Why would you say that?
This
What makes you think he's a monster?
This morning, I was out. I was out this morning early. I wanted to come and see you. And he was walking in the streets of the priestess, and they were going towards the keep. And she looked worried and concerned. So I approached her and I asked what the, I approached her and I said hello, and she came close to me and she murmured quietly. She said, "That's not Gregor." And she raised her voice and said, "Yes, of course I'll come and help your brother get better. He's been sick for a few days now." And she came with me and said, "Don't worry, Gregor, I'll catch you up." And Gregor looked angry and he swore. And then he went away towards the keep. And I took her, and she's hiding. And she said to get you, and only you, to come with me to where she is, so she can explain everything. But he's here now. He must be trying to find her. You can't let him
But
come.
how do you not know that perhaps he's the real Gregor? Or maybe not, I don't really care. You get
Because when I saw him this morning, and she said she'd come and heal my brother who was sick, he acted as if I'd never told him that my brother had gone missing, and believed her.
Why don't we ask him a trick question if you'd like, if you're not so sure?
Well, I think you should be the one to ask him, because he might get angry at me if he knows that I know he's a monster. And if he gets angry, he might hurt me, like that angry man who hurt your friend and she still hasn't got up yet.
I don't think she's ever getting up.
Yes, but that's even worse. He could do that to me. And she
I'll make
shrinks
sure no
back.
one-
Shrinks.
While this is all going
Bloody
on,
mouthpiece.
I'll make sure nothing of the sort happens to you. Karen.
You promise?
Promise.
You promise you'll protect me from him?
I'll protect you from whatever.
Alright,
Is that-
so, I don't know, maybe giggle a bit, pretend we're gossiping or something. What sort of trick question are we going to ask him?
I think I'm gonna have to consult my notes now. Or at least my memory of whatever happened in the asylum.
Hands up who wasn't expecting this little turn of events.
All.
I'm not even in game yet, so yeah.
Glenn started to ask a question.
Oh, he did?
oh, while this is going on, I'm giving Paul's character last rites, putting the coins in his eyes for the. I don't know
Yeah.
what Pharasma's last rites are, but I'm doing that, and
Yeah.
also putting oh shit, what's that spell again?
Gentle
Hang on.
repose.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm glad you're not just like dumping the body in the alley. You're protecting it, then dumping it in the alley.
Gregor, Cotton will help you carry her.
Okay, I might have a question, but that really depends on your memory this time to read.
You know, a fun fact, if we were playing Cursed Empire here or Crimson Empire, players could actually use the memorization skill to roll to see if they remembered things from earlier.
Cotton will pull her mask up on top of her head like a hat, and help pick up Lila when she's ready for transport.
All right. The coins fall off her eyelids.
I would wrap her. I have a wrap for her.
That's why I
Okay,
said
so
when
you're
she's
taking
ready for
time to wrap her up.
transport.
That does allow plenty of time for Renacia and Halissa to have their conversation on the side.
Yeah.
And for Renacia to think of a good trick question. After the player has consulted her notes, of course.
I'm afraid that this question is not something Halissa can answer, but the real Gregor would definitely be able to answer. Hopefully. I turn around and ask, Gregor,
Yes, Renacia.
remember what happened to Catherine back in the library?
Okay.
I think I understand the trick inherent in the question.
What happened to Catherine back in the library?
That's when that rat man started throwing magic spells and books at us.
Gregor.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. And that's my final answer.
All right. I'm not so sure though.
Well, it's only a question that he can answer, and if he can't even remember that, and he can't remember your brother, then obviously.
Gregor? Mr.
Yes.
Gregor, sir?
Yes.
What did you say to me when we met earlier this morning?
That was not me who you saw earlier this morning.
Yes, it was. It was you.
That's someone that looked like me, but it was not me.
I know it wasn't you, sir. But I don't know if it's you now, sir. It might be them.
No, I am me. Would you like me to have Lady Catherine verify it for you?
Lady Catherine, sir?
It's a friend of mine that stays with me.
Cotton looks over and says, "She's kind of like me, just not as good."
You have many friends, sir.
I have lived a while. You have friends here also. If not, we would not be helping you look for your brother, who went missing after he left the bar.
She visibly relaxes and lets out a sigh of relief as the air leaves her lungs. So much so that you're almost afraid she's going to pass out from the rapid exhalation. She says, "Oh, sir, it really is you, sir." Sir,
It's just fine.
sir.
Now I understand your nervousness.
This morning, sir, you didn't know my brother was missing, sir.
Yes, it's that was somebody from the fort using magic to look
Nurse.
like me.
Yes, sir. They were taking the priestess up to the fort, sir.
Did she go?
No, sir. I could see she looked uncomfortable, sir, and I asked her to come and heal my poor sick brother, sir. And she agreed. And you, I mean the other you, the person that was not you, but was you, but wasn't, you said that she had to hurry, and she said she'd catch you up and meet you at the fort, sir. And then she came with me, sir. I've been trying to tell you, sir. I've been trying to tell you all this time, and you had to come off and get ambushed here in an alley instead.
Well, I
She's
thought
hiding,
she
sir.
was taken to the fort by the fake thief, so I did not realize you did that.
Well, perhaps we should go. Chop chop. Otherwise,
Let
I'll
us go to
just go
Catherine.
back to
Winter, Lady Winter.
Yes, sir. I did say we all needed to come to my house, sir.
Is
Let
your
us go.
house is your house on the way to the church?
No, it's
No,
on the other
Mom.
side of town, which is good.
Well, you want me and Cotton to take Lila to the church for burial? It's not going to look really good us carrying a body through town.
Don't ask
Why,
me,
it would
Mom.
just
I'm
go
just a
more to
kid.
our reputation in town. I will take the bandages off, or the coins off of her eyes. I'll have her
Mhm.
wrapped up like she's a child and go, okay, she had a little bit too much to drink. Let's go. We're taking her to someplace to rest.
So supporting the body as if
Okay.
she's drunk and staggering,
Yep.
you head back through the town to the little fisherman's hovel that is Holissa's hut. It's not that far past the silver wagon.
Scott's trying to talk to you.
Yeah, Eric is still laying on the ground.
He is
What the hell is Eric doing?
suffering.
Eric, we don't have time. Let's go.
Why? They'll just stab me again anyway.
Eric, if you don't come along, I'm going to break your sword.
Can't have you doing that. I gotta protect myself from those outsiders.
Okay, then get up and let's go.
Don't worry,
Fine.
Eric. I'll protect you.
If you're going to sit there and grovel about it, we might as well return your sword back to the guy that was dealing in them, because evidently, I don't know when you became a coward, Eric.
This is taking far too much time. Could I just go back and go to sleep?
If I join you, I'll sleep on the floor.
Oh, Jesus. Let's get to our house, please.
So a teleport link has been provided. You're all welcome to take it.
I'm taking the...
Apart from me, that is.
So you head back through the misty streets, past the silver wagon, up towards the base of Iris Hill, and the little hovel where Halissa lives. And she knocks 3 times on the door, enters, and leads you into a back room where you find Lady Winter crouched under a blanket, looking up suspiciously.
Good to see you again, Miss Winter. We have a problem of our own as well. I'll have Cotton lay Lila against the wall.
I'm going to keep my distance, because I know she's nervous about who and what I am. Evidently, you guys have found the other Gregor that I was looking for back there in the asylum.
She looks at you suspiciously, then looks to the body, and says, I see, I believe it's too late for her. I can arrange a decent burial if that would be appropriate. We can't just leave her rotting in the streets now, can we?
I have gentle repose put upon her, and I gave blessings to Pharasma. This was the only way we could get her through the town. Yes, I understand it is too late for her.
Some crazy undead guy came out of the alley and got her. We tried to stop him, but he howled at the night, and we kind of ran away. And yeah.
He has been put to rest. He was a revan, and evidently he held ill will against her.
Well, he only was put to rest after he put to rest our friend here.
Virgil says, if you don't mind, I'd like to go and attend the funeral arrangements. Mostly because his player is missing.
I put a message in the chat that he'd be here in about half an hour-ish.
Yeah, that's okay, but he can help with some arrangements, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have an issue.
Stop. Hold it. Right there, she says, and she stands up and she approaches you. Her face flushed with some sort of emotion as she looks over you very intently. And she says, interesting. Do you always wear your sword on that side? Huh. The other one had it wrong. It was the other way round, and actually the buttons on your shirt were the other way as well. And it was like
looking in a mirror.
Yes. Like a sort of twisted reflection.
A bad copy.
Oh, no, it was a very good copy, just the wrong way round.
Backwards.
Mm.
And now, Glenn, you have to ask yourself a really important question. Don't you?
Yeah, I'm scanning everybody.
No, that's not the question you need to ask.
Yes.
Was it always her right eye that was green and her left eye that was amber? Or her left eye that was green and her right eye that was amber? And as you stand there going, damn, I should know this, she blinks and grins sheepishly and steps back and says, sorry, I was standing too close again, wasn't I? And tucks her hair behind her ear nervously and looks away.
Which hand did she use?
Her left hand to tuck her hair behind her left ear.
Oh no, that's more of a wisdom to remember, correct? Not intelligence?
No, wisdom's common sense and bravery and courage and faith. Intelligence is memory, learning, puzzle solving. So yeah, that's
the
correct.
The eyes and the hair, were they... That's the one she usually does, just her nervous habit.
The eyes are correct, but she tends, if she tucks her hair behind one ear or brushes it aside, she tends to use the hand that's on the same side instead of using a dominant hand.
Which is usually in this timeline the right. Most people were right-handed.
Yeah. As is she, it's just that she sometimes uses her left hand for things.
Okay. Because she had her right hand resting on him, so she... Okay, yes.
There's typing going on. She says, I don't know why the false you wanted me to go to the fortress. It seemed suspicious. It seemed to act as if I did not know there may still be dangers remaining there. But you said it was very important I come up to the fortress because you'd found important information regarding Royal Accuser Amari, and I had to come. And I really wanted to. I wanted to find out what had happened. But there was something off about your manner. And the way you looked, it just didn't quite seem like you.
Well, for one, it wouldn't just be him coming to you. It would be most of us, if not nearly all of us. I think that would say a lot.
I will look at the young lady. Excuse me, young lady. Do you have any scrap clothes, colored?
She says, coloured, sir?
Yes, like red, blue, some type of... I will pay you back if you happen to have a red dress or something like that that we might use.
I
Well,
think
sir,
it'd be
red's a
very-
bit expensive, sir. I don't have much.
Okay.
And she goes and has a rummage around in some cupboards and an old wooden wardrobe with a door that creaks as she opens it. And she eventually finds a sort of off-faded orangey dress and some red scarves that could be wrapped around it for some sort of colourful effect.
I'll pick whichever one.
How many
makes
red
you
scarves do you
comfortable.
have?
3, sir.
As I said, whichever one makes you look most like a fool.
No. Can I have those red scarves?
I don't know, sir. This one was my mother's. I'd really rather not part with it.
Okay,
But,
how
but
about
these
two of
two,
them?
yes, sir.
That's fine. Here's a gold piece for them.
A go-
Are they worth more?
He gave me a gold. She just looks at it and stares.
I believe this truly is Gregor.
Okay, I pull out red destiny and I slice them right down the middle, both of them.
She flinches as you begin slicing at the scarves.
Sheath them. All right.
Was that
Everybody.
really necessary, Gregor?
Yes, actually it is. We need 4 of them.
Winter frowns somewhat, but
Actually, I
then
need one
realization
more.
seems to dawn.
I give her another gold piece and I slice some of the orange off of her dress. I just...
That's all
shorten
right.
it.
She's not wearing it at the moment.
Yeah. So that's 2 gold I've given her.
She's dumbfounded at
That
the
should
sheer
afford you a new
magnanimity
scars
of
and new
your
dress.
gratitude.
All right. I look around the room. Are there any mirrors in this room?
There's a dull, faded bronze mirror leaning up on a shelf near the fireplace.
Walk over, cover it with the orange dress.
All right.
I look at her and go, don't remove that from the mirror.
One moment. Azure is sitting down in a corner doing something with her harrow cards. She's
magical
shuffling
effects,
through the
just-
deck and laying cards down and looking at them and arranging them. You're not entirely sure what she's doing, but it's very distracting.
Raph,
Mhm.
since I don't know if they can hear through them, I write down, because I do have a book with pen and quill and everything. I
Mhm.
write down, everybody tie this to one of these things to your dominant arm. Basically, your right arm. And hand everybody one of the scraps.
You know what might go disturbingly well with those red armbands, brown shirts.
Yeah, I know.
Oh dear.
Hey, that's the color you gave me, man. I couldn't think of it,
Mm.
Plus, red's an easier dye to make than it is blue or other colors.
Mm. And she still said red dye was expensive.
Yep.
I put it
Which
on my
should
right
tell
wrist.
you something about how much money she's used to having.
Not wrist, up here, arm.
It's
That
more
way we can
fashionable this
see it
way.
in combat.
Yes, Father.
I don't say that out
Slides it
loud
up.
either. I write that down. I'm saying,
Okay.
a winter. Can some of us got hurt?
Halissa
During
says,
this-
"What are you doing?
Being annoying.
Why are you writing things down really slowly and then showing them to people?"
You can't read, Halissa.
Don't understand why you don't just say it. And Winter says to her, "It's all right. The enemy might be listening to us. We need to be very careful." And she says, "Oh, shh, got it, right."
Eric is trying to figure out which arms to down Anne by having them wrestle each other.
And because he's so apathetic and melancholy, they're both losing.
I just walk over and tie it on his right arm. Remember, if you get the head wound, tourniquet on the neck. Winter, I hate to ask of this of you as much as, but some of us got hurt when we were fighting for our poor friend that did not make it.
Indeed, of course. She kneels and produces the wooden spiral of pharasma that dangles around her neck and clutches it tightly and closes her eyes and implores the Lady Pharasma to heal the needy. Here we go. Everyone
glad,
regains 6 health. And then...
God, I need Eric at least semi-competent. I don't know what the hell.
Hold on. Then she casts her eyes over the group and steps gently over to Eric and lays a hand on his forehead and murmurs soothing words. And he does feel the morose mood begin to pass. It says there, it seems he was in need.
Winter. I recently learned how to do a restoration type effect on my Eidolon. Do you have something you can do for me? Because I'm still suffering from those rat bites we had in the asylum.
Huh?
That fever stuff. I'm still under the weather and have been for a long time.
My child, I may be able to treat you tomorrow.
Okay. Out of character, I'm still 3 points of con down.
I shall pray for your well-being,
2 points.
and perhaps on the morrow you may be restored.
Yeah, 3 points of con down. And thank you, Winter.
Alright, so what that
What was that, Scott?
I asked, what did she do to me?
She has reduced the save DC of your Melancholia by 2, so that in future you will be slightly more resistant to it.
Ah.
Yeah,
Is that any,
if it happens 6 more times, it will be cured.
any standard healing?
No, apart from the 6 from the that everyone should have benefited from, and only one person has so far.
I didn't need it.
And I don't think Lady Catherine gets it inside of me, so that's okay. Oh, 6 point. I don't know if I need it or not. I didn't look. I didn't. I'm
There,
okay.
she says, now there was a fellow in town, a new face. He's arrived recently within the last few days. I believe he's staying at the Stain. There's a couple of wealthy noblemen renting the... They've been renting the only room at the Stain until recently. But they've gone up to the manor on Iris Hill. They'll be back soon, but for now this man has managed to stay in their room. He was supposed to be seeking work at Iris Hill, had a position arranged, but having arrived now has been turned away at the gate since the Count is no longer in residence. You might want to go seek him, see if he has any information upon the matter.
Someone we could have stand in front of me. That works.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Nothing.
I don't fight.
Neither do... Well, that ain't true.
I point at Cotton and I go, she fights for me.
Okay, yeah, we'll go check him out. See if we can... yeah, we need some help
We'll go see.
with the loss of one.
Please.
Paul, message for you.
Okay.
Where in the hell is the Stain?
It's the fisherman's drinking establishment down here on the edge of town.
Yeah, it's not that far from where we are.
Oh,
No, it's
dear.
not that far.
Please go back. Please.
Why don't you stay here and relax then?
Oh yes, I'll go do that. Melissa, do you have a bed?
Yes, Mom, it's over here, Mom. And she clears a few things off the bed and plumps up the pillows and rearranges the eiderdowns. And does her best to make it comfortable.
Thank
Have you
Nikki.
changed out the hay lately so there's no bed bugs or anything?
As recently as can be expected, sir.
Okay, so hopefully none gets in her hair.
I'll be damned if they do.
Do you want me to stay with them or do you want me to go with you? Because you shouldn't be alone necessarily going over there.
I don't particularly want to be alone. But how are you feeling, Eric? Oh, Christ, Eric, you still look
better.
rough.
He really does.
I've seen better
At least
looking
I'm not
nails
sitting
being
on the
put in by a
floor.
blind carpenter.
What was that, Eric?
At least I'm not sitting on the floor anymore. He's actually standing now.
Okay, he'll get 8, then 10. If he still looks rough, I will give him the other 10.
Working on it. I'll do it for you, Ref. Ironically, the 10...
That's exactly what he needs to heal up all the way to full health.
Yes, it is.
Wow, I couldn't do that again if I tried.
All right, Eric, you're at full health.
All right.
Full physical health, let me rephrase that.
He's never been full mentally, okay?
Yeah.
We shall be back. Keep the door closed, keep the mirror covered, and remember, they'll be on the right they'll be on the side that they're on.
So, is it just the two of you going, or?
Come along.
Okay.
The rabbit can stay.
Hear ye, hear ye.
The rabbit can't go more than 50 feet from me.
Oh, good. So he disappears after 50 feet.
No, it weakens, but she's coming with me regardless.
We can use an extra fighter just in case, Eric. You
I
don't
still
have to
don't
be
trust
next
him.
to each other.
She looks completely normally human. She's just creepy.
Yeah, but you told me what she really is.
No, I said she was an Eidolon. I didn't say she was an outsider. Thank you very much.
Let us go.
Trap ship.
Start making our way to the stain.
All right. Well, it's not a very long journey to the Stain,
Melancholy Sally behind.
where you leave Renacia slouched in Halissa's bed, with Halissa kind of hovering over her as you all depart.
I don't want her to start going into a tavern where she might start drinking her melancholy away.
So you brought the depressed Eric with you instead.
At least he can hold himself in a fight in his current state.
Oh, best
It
joke
was.
on
It's a 50-50 chance on which one's worse.
True.
Mm-hmm.
But I figure if she stays back there, that's a fighter back there with Winter and the girl, and plus the girl trusts her, so more so than Eric, because Eric has a bad reputation in this town of being a murderer.
Well, no less than our dead friend.
Plus, it gets me the hell away from that goddamn dog.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't murdered anybody. Now let's go kill someone.
What'd you say, Cassandra?
No less a murderer than our dead friend Lila.
Yeah. Oh shit! I hope they don't kill fucking Virgil if he shows back up because he doesn't have what we have.
Paul, I'll amend that one ever so slightly in a little bit. That last message.
Okay.
So, you arrive at the Stain with Emmon Gulston behind the bar. There's a few dock workers sitting around between shifts. Keldrin Mon is not there. He's out busy working at the moment. And he's still not Jamaican.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, my name is Keldrin Mon, innit? Ah, dear.
Hello. Again, nice to see
Emmon
you.
shrugs as he sees you come and says, alright.
Hi.
Have you happened to see the gentleman that was traveling with the young nobles? Does he happen to be here?
He gives you a strange look. And says, why? Don't you know? He was here earlier
I
this
know
morning.
what?
Have you forgotten already?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I told you a few hours ago.
He's been with me for most of the day.
That was my twin brother. He's been up to no good.
Ah, you see, well, I told your twin. He came by here asking about if any of the others had been here recently, and I told him no, I hadn't seen them for a little while. There was that fella, fancy sort, bit puffed up, self-important, headed up to the manor on Iris Hill, said he had a position there, and you won. And he came back, despondent like, said they wouldn't let him in. So he got turned away at the doors, so he did. He's just sitting over there, and he just towards a corner, where a fellow is sitting. Paul, why don't you tell us what this gentleman looks like?
Well, basically similar to what you see in the picture here. Though he does have some kit next to him, like a nice breastplate. And there's a flipping great big scythe like standing up against the wall. And look a bit pissed off at the moment, rather, I was looking to have had a really bad day, as in really bad day. So like something's upset me or something like this, and I just basically drinking to try and think what next to do next.
Ah, so
Which one,
a
Alfonso?
tanned individual with a
Alphonse?
beard and dreadlocks.
Yes,
Possibly
it's like,
from some ocean nation.
yeah. What's the place of the gypsies from, Raph?
That'd probably be Assyrian, actually.
Varissia.
Oh yeah,
Varissia.
Varissia, yeah.
Yeah, probably Parisian in that accent, but maybe
Okay.
when I speak, yeah. But as I say, I'm just like, I'm just drinking.
So
like,
not completely. So that'd just be over the border to the west, then, really.
Because
Yeah,
I
so
have
not
a
too far
Varissian
away.
accent.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, name's Alphonse.
Alphonse, you see the barman pointing you out to a group of individuals who've recently entered. They're a rather unusual looking sort, but none of them is carrying around a massive giant scythe.
Yes,
Farming
but,
implements not being...
Yes, I just look at them as if, and I sort of glance to my weapon as if, am I expecting trouble from here? So I'm a bit cautious at the moment because these 4 people, probably heavily armed, are they?
Reasonably. I mean, one's
Yeah.
got a sword.
One has a two-handed sword, and one has a short sword.
Oh, okay.
And one of them has just a mask sitting on top of her head.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see there's some sort of weapon tucked in a belt.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a weapon that folds up, possibly, so you're not sure what it is. And then Azure, aside from the blue hair, she looks to be of Varissian descent to some degree, if not for the pointed ears that she has.
Yeah, I'm looking a bit cautious against the group because they see me. So if I my weapon and I them, and as if I have to go for it or not, because I don't know what. Because there's 4 of them. There's only one of me. Like that sort of attitude, and I've had a really pissed off day for some reason.
But where you would normally see a weapon on Azure, you see instead a blue fuzzy doll of a bunny.
Yeah, well, in my particular thing is that that's nothing new for my particular class, but yeah. As in this class probably has seen it all before, and maybe has doubled it in himself. But yeah. Say, I've had a pissed off day. You see a really pissed off guy looking at you as if, what the hell's happening? So, introduce yourselves if you wish to. My guy's just drinking. He goes, "Brr."
Hello there, sir. My name is Virgil.
I stand
What?
up, but
This is Eric, and the young lady next to me is Azura,
Azure.
and this is Cotton.
oh, my name's Alphonse. You haven't been turned away from the manor as well, from the hill, have you as well?
I look at Gregor with a puzzled look and I go, Virgil?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Gregor. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked for some reason. I had Gregor Virgil in my mind for some reason, and said I meant Gregor. My name is Gregor.
Okay. Have you been reading Latin again? Have you, Glenn?
Glenn, yeah,
I think it's
Gregor
his middle
Raceland.
name.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so it's also a name of a famous writer from Roman times. Anyway, so my name is Alphonse. Have you been turned away from Iris Hill as well?
No, we work for the Sleepest Detective Agency.
Oh, I just come back from doing some work from there. I'm supposed to have a next job. I'm supposed to be working for the Cant. But when I get up there, the bloody stupid guards tell me he'd already gone away, and they look really sort of like, not like proper guards at all, look like ruffians, to be honest.
They didn't even open the door for you. They just talked through a little slat in the door.
Yeah, bloody rude. Wouldn't even face me.
That's because most likely your face would fall off into their laps.
No.
You'd be surprised.
I would be surprised at lots of things. I tend to deal with problems by chopping the heads off and look at my side on the wall. As I say, my name is Alphonse.
Thoughtful way to think about things.
Well, you see horrible things in my line of work. I sort of like, I do stuff. My specialism is sort of like for doing things about the occulted things. I'm a specialist. That's what the last job was for. The
Paul,
Yes.
according to your letter from account, he was going to employ you to take care of public relations, although the words public relations were in speech marks in the letter,
Yes.
so you suspect there was some kind of deeper meaning.
Yes. However, my next job was supposed to be working for the count, because I just do jobs as and when I can find them. But I had a letter from the count, but the bloody guards said the count's not there, and they wouldn't even have me to go into the place at all. Very suspicious. I'm pissed off.
And what's more, they let another young couple in who were very well dressed and nicely mannered, as if they were expecting them. And they should have been expecting you, given your arrangement.
Exactly. It sounds like nepotism or something like this. I don't approve of that.
Well,
I was supposed to be there for a special job, whatever that was. No
I think I
idea.
might know what it is. If you want to come with us, I can explain it to you a little bit more in detail, just not quite in such a public forum.
Look, can you sit down at the table? Just give me a time to actually finish this drink a bit, and then let me get my kit on, and I'll be with you in a moment. Just sit there basically I sit down, just small talk for about 2 minutes, finish the drink, put my breastplate on, grab the sides, and bugger off with you guys. Pick up a bag as well.
In the time it took you to tell us all of that, you could have finished your drink.
Actually, in character, no, I couldn't have done. So take the breastplate home.
No, I'm all in character talking to you, so.
Yeah, in character say, have you seen how long it takes to put his breastplate on? Obviously you have now. Took me a small time, but yeah. So after
So what are your thoughts? Or outsiders?
some are good, some are bad, just like people, same as the rest of us. You get nice people, you get bad ones. They're angels, they're devils.
You see a few townsfolk murmuring at a corner table of their drink as they watch over and stare at him donning armor here in the bar.
I don't think he meant, like outsiders how you mean. I think he means people that live outside of Thrushmoor.
Oh!
I was talking about outsiders like he's talking about. They shouldn't be allowed in here.
Oh, no, some outsiders are good. I give him a few words in Celestial and just to confuse the matter.
Not
Now
all.
he's looking at you suspiciously.
Not all of them are bad.
No.
Some of them are quite angelic.
Yeah, just like normal humanoids. Some are very good, but the trouble is knowing which from which sometimes. And that's where I come in. I have certain abilities, shall we say.
Oh, I see how it is. You working for one of them, aren't you?
I work for whoever pays me. I work for whoever pays me as long as I don't mind doing the job. And the evil stuff I don't do. Smashing up world wooders and making orphans of children. That's not what I do. But smacking a demon or something like that has been rampaging some farmland. That I do.
Wait for him to get his breastplate on and finish up his drink.
Yeah, I do that. I was ready to walk out with you guys. I'm talking as I'm sort of like fasting up buckles and stuff like this, and yeah. Obviously, if somebody helps me with the breastplate, I can get it a bit quicker. But yeah, I was going to take a minute or two.
Actually, I know something about some armor, so I can help him.
Yeah. Oh, just a bit tighter back there. Oh, thank you very much. Cheers. Then. Where are we off to then?
Just follow us.
Follow you guys.
Uh-huh.
No, actually grab my. I got my sword on my hip already, so I grabbed my big scythe leaning against the wall.
Cotton leans over to this new guy and says, If you don't mind, don't use any small blades around Eric. He hates them.
I look at the one in my boot and one in my hip. I'm thinking, oh, problems?
No, he just doesn't like them. He gets really violent about them.
Oh,
I use one. I have to be careful when I use it.
yeah. You notice the fact when my eyes glanced down to two small weapons, they seem to be made of cold iron. Same as a sword in my belt. And
If they're sheathed, I can't see what they're made of.
Oh, yeah, okay. One's actually in the belt, but my sword is cold iron. On the top of my sword, you can see is cold iron. The bit of the blade that's just above the scabbard, and also my side is cold iron as well. That is easy to be seen. Something to a big weapon like that. I have the air of somebody who likes being in full combat.
Cotton will catch up to Gregor and kind of lean over to Gregor as we're walking and go, I think he's overcompensating for something.
I cannot hear you, Evan.
She whispered, I think he's overcompensating for something. That's what Cotton whispered to you.
You're more than happy to go look.
Why? I'm talking about all the cold iron. I think he's overcompensating for something.
I don't know.
What do you think I was talking about?
Oh, that's a long story. Why am I having this conversation?
Because I'm still part of our team.
Oh, I knew that.
I'm capable of independent thought. You know, she just calls me out when I'm needed.
Oh, where are we off to then, guys?
That's a very good question.
I hope
we take him back to the house.
All right. So you head back to Holissa's house.
Is that the healer's
And
house?
inside, you find Virgil. Michael is actually connected to the server now, so he may even be in the call. Hello there, if you are there,
here.
Mike. Great.
I'm here.
So,
Oh, shit.
so Virgil, you've been
Yes.
in Holissa's place. Now, you've learned that early this morning, Gregor, although it wasn't Gregor, came to the new chapel and told Winter Klajka that she had to come with him up to the fort because the rest of you had found some very important information regarding the missing royal accuser Omari. And she followed, but she doubted it was him because of the demeanour, the personality, some of the things he said. And young Halissa saw them passing in the street and approached her, and sensing something might be wrong, begged her to come and help heal her poor brother Sholn, who is unwell. And Winter used this as an excuse, knowing full well that Sholn was missing. She said, of course, I'll come right away. Sorry, I've been putting it off. And the false Gregor swore and said, well, you'd better hurry up and meet me up at the fort soon. She said, I'll catch you up as soon as I can. So she used it as an excuse to go away, and the false Gregor went on his way. Now, Lila perished in the alleyway, if you remember. Were you here for the last session?
Yes, I was here for the last
Yes.
session.
Oh, God, you were. That was a horrific encounter, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
So, Winter is looking after the body of Lila and will take her to the chapel soon to arrange some sort of burial. Virgil has remained with them. Renacia is slouched down on Halissa's bed, and Halissa has been sitting by her side, combing her hair and occasionally tying colourful ribbons into it,
And I don't even care.
while Floofer, the dog thing, has been sitting on her chest, occasionally licking her face very possessively. with his mouth tentacles. Due to the fact that there are shapeshifters impersonating party members, Gregor has cut up 4 red scarves and a piece off the edge of an orange dress for you to each wear around your dominant arm to make it easier to tell you apart, because it has been determined that the shapeshifter that attempted to impersonate him performed a mirror image impersonation and was the exact opposite to what he should have looked like. So, you know, buttons on his shirt were the other way around, his sword is on the other side, things like that.
Okay.
And they are returning now in the company of a Varisian man wearing no small amount of armour and wielding a large farming implement. Who looks like he's in a bit of a grumpy mood.
Very.
Renacia, as they enter the room, you kind of stir in the bed at the sound of the door open, and yeah, there's definitely ribbons tied in your hair.
If they're rather noisy and I can then clearly hear them, I'll crack open an eye, glance at them briefly, go back to bed.
Alyssa leans over close, tentatively, and then leans away again. She's not sure if she should wake you or not.
Are we back there yet? I have
Yeah.
to step away.
Yes.
Hey, you could play a prank on her. She likes pranks.
You may have missed in your absence the sheer amount of brightly coloured ribbons that are tied in Renacia's hair while she lies there in the bed.
Yes, I have completely missed that because I had stepped away.
Okay. Alyssa looks at you strangely and says, What kind of prank? Floofer looks up at you and growls, his mouth tentacles warbling. It's very disconcerting.
Well, no, Floofer, you think you can maybe, I don't know, do something to play a prank on her? I'm sure you'd like that.
He looks at you stupidly.
I'll just crawl back over into the corner and go back to messing with hero cards.
Well, let's see. Come along.
Yeah, Evan, I was hoping you'd be viewing as player there, but don't worry.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah, that is viewing as player.
That's interesting. I had that role set to GM only, but okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see any kind of roll.
It's because I'm hosting the server. I can see all the rolls that come up in the chat.
Yeah. Please ignore that one then. But yes, very impressive for a roll of a 1.
Yes. I ignored it.
Virgil.
So, yes.
I don't know how we're going to do this with your bird.
How we're going to do what with my bird?
I hand you orange ribbon. And I showed him the same note I showed everybody else, basically saying tie it on your right arm. That way all of us have it on the same arm. If something tries to pretend it's us, do not speak this out loud, because I don't know if they can hear through the mirrors. I know they can travel through them.
It's a very long note.
Okay,
He starts to show you the note, and I just put it on my own arm. It's got a ribbon on it.
got it.
Are you okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to help you, Gregor.
I see. Okay. And I'll go and just tie the ribbon on the... I, I will go and tie it onto his right leg, and I would also tie a ribbon on my right arm.
With your left hand, tying. It's a bit tricky, but you manage it.
I figure with my high enough dexterity, I should be able to go and do this.
Hollis bends low and gives Renassia a bit of a shake. He says, Mistress, come on, wake up, mistress. Floofer's going to shit on your chest.
Roll.
Floofer yelps and scrabbles and loses his balance and tries to claw and tumbles off the edge of the bed, taking the sheet with him, and lands in a tangled heap on the floor.
I'm sorry, what, dear?
You lift up on one elbow and go, huh? And this ribbon drapes across your face. You're like, what?
Yeah. What's this strange ribbon about these ritual about these ribbons? I asked others.
I'm sorry, is that a new voice I hear? If it is, make them go away. Please.
Eric slouches against the door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful silence. Silence. Falls back asleep at this point. Since nobody's saying anything.
I asked Gregor 2 questions, if I may, please. What's this strange ritual with the ribbons, and is she always like this? Is she ill?
Since upon our arrival here, we have seen things that have tested our touch to reality.
Tested indeed, as you are testing me right now. Please, give me silence.
And evidently she has finally snapped.
Ah. I've seen many disturbing things in my travels too.
It happens within life.
It does, especially in my particular trade. But these ribbons, are they something to do with some ritual or something? To ward off demons, or... No,
I just show him the note.
Okay. I wasn't sure, because I've heard of somebody in my trade sometimes use an awful lot of ribbons for their specialist things.
Now, Evan. Sorry, go on.
Sixth spawn, I think they call them. That's been finished. Go.
Now, Evan, if you said that out loud, I will have to comment. Yes, beat a vulnerable woman while she's simply asking for silence. Of course, violence is the answer. Why?
Sometimes it is, but I say, try to beat up a helpless lady? I look at you strangely.
Did you just call me old?
No, we said helpless.
I'm very sure someone said old. Rolls back over, facing the wall. Or if there's a wall.
Probably is.
Yes, I'm gonna make this as awkward as possible.
Okay.
Glenn.
Yes.
Just one moment, please. There we go. Could you make me 3 fortitude saves, please?
What the hell just hit me?
You're about to find out after those saves have been made. Please roll well.
Oh.
Good. That's really good. The second one is also good. The third one, ooh, I'm not so sure. I'll have to check that.
I'm next to him. Is he being attacked by something?
Right. Oh my god. Wow, you are so lucky. So unbelievably lucky. So, as you're speaking, none of you notice the curtain twitching. And a crossbow bolt shoots through the curtain and catches Gregor in the side of the throat, causing him no small amount of damage.
Oh! Cotton, action!
That's some action.
That's loud.
Yeah, don't
That is a lot of action.
Yeah, I don't know what that noise was. But I called an ambush!
Oh dear, is it that time already?
Poor Gregor
I'm
is
guessing initiative?
gurgling up against the wall. No, actually. Start with some perception checks.
Okay.
Do that.
Whoever's got the sweeping brooms, whatever, in the background, can you please mute?
Sounds like someone's cleaning a bath. Azure, you think you hear soft footsteps running away outside.
They're outside, and I make a move to follow with Cotton.
I
Gregor,
put my hand-
as you clutch at the bolt in the side of your throat and you feel poison coursing through your veins and your head swims, you too just catch sight of the edge of the window curtain falling back into shape, into place, and the sound of footsteps running away quickly outside.
I grab a stick from my hip and I touch Gregor with it. This might help. Careful. You get 4 hit points back of healing. Doesn't do anything else but what's it, want to cure that wound. So I have to mark a charge for that. So now you know I can use one secure light.
Raph, do I have to roll anything to make some kind of attempt?
If you want to, yeah, sure. Perception if you want.
Hampered by? Penalties as well?
Nope.
Or
No, it should be fine.
Ah, well, that's not challenging enough.
Trust me, the difficulty is very high. I'll give you a -1 because you weren't even that bothered in looking.
Well, it's in reference to Gregor and the poison bolt that he was getting.
Well, it's sticking out the side of his neck.
I can try. I'd like
We're not talking a dart here. We're talking almost a full-size crossbow bolt. Actually, it's a bit shorter, but yeah.
Knowledge check to, I don't know, save his life.
He seems to be resisting the poison.
Well, it's nice. It'll be nice not to have something sticking out the side of your neck.
Mm-hmm.
So, So. So I don't have to make any...
Well, you haul yourself reluctantly up out of the bed, and you can tell that whoever shot that really meant business. This wasn't some random shot. It was well aimed. It was going right for the jugular. It's going for like a major blood artery and would have probably done him some significant damage if he hadn't just moved at that slight moment to cause the aim to be ever so slightly off.
Well, it's slightly difficult for me to stand up, so I'll just motion towards Gregor to come here. Come here.
Paul.
Yes?
Oh no, you... Sorry, I misremembered what you said earlier. Don't worry about it.
Raph, while we're giving chase outside, I'm going to drop a mage armor spell. Actually, no, I'm going to drop Unfetter on my Eidolon so I can exceed the distance.
Okay.
Who's giving chase?
You run outside. You glance around. You see a few people in the street. That's okay.
Are any of them guards?
No. More like townspeople going about their normal everyday business. Currently, I believe only Azure is giving chase. I'm not sure about anyone else.
Azure and Cotton.
Ah, right, okay, they've gone outside to give chase. Awesome.
Go ahead.
I say I have a potential colleague here who's badly hurt, so I can assist to actually try and heal this. I have a wand of healing in my hand.
Now,
but the
that might be a good idea, given how badly injured he was.
Gregor.
Also, removing the bolt would probably help as well. As
Which
long as
is
you do
why
it
I've been
carefully.
trying to get Gregor to come over here.
Winter dashes over and tells him to sit still, be careful, so she can remove the bolt without risking his life.
That's one of the reasons why I wasn't moving, because I ain't jostling this damn thing.
Also, I'm going to assist.
All right.
I assist.
Awesome. She gently eases out the bolt and
Does she cut
patches
off
up
the
the
tip
wound.
first?
No, she removes the whole thing. It is fortunately not horrifically barbed to make it really dangerous to remove.
Usually you either pull it straight the rest of the way out or cut off the tip and pull it out.
Or in this case, she manages to twist it in such a way that it comes out like unscrewing a drill out of a hole, where you drill it in reverse gently. And while this is a painful process with the tips of these sides of the arrowhead of the bolt scraping the sides of the wound, it is a lot less dangerous than some of the alternatives. She patches your throat and tells you don't say anything, don't speak. And she performs proper healing.
I tap him with a wand again for, probably 3 points of her healing, but yeah.
And you god, that's useless. You can have 6 points of healing there as well, so for a total of 9.
Yeah.
You feel bad, but looking at the crossbow bolt, you can see there's a nasty dark traces of a nasty dark liquid on its tip mixed in with your blood there.
I need to do something like that. Let me see now.
She looks at him cautiously and says, "It's all right. I don't think the wound is infected. This is snake venom from an adder. I don't know who you people annoyed in your searching around town recently, but things are starting to get serious."
May I? And I gently asked her to try and touch this, the end of the, not the poison set, the other end of the bolt. And I seem to focus on it for a minute. I'm using object reading on it, by the way, Raph.
All right.
Spend a minute looking at the item. I don't know if it's got any properties, etc. However, you treat this however you want to. If the items used no longer than 1 day ago, about 4 days in my case, and then one piece of information for the last creature to use the item. Whatever the information you give us, that's all we get. I don't decide what information.
This is
Yeah.
not the first time they've shot someone with a poisoned bolt without the target being aware. They've done this before, professionally.
My eyes go a bit strange when I'm focusing on this, like a weird stuff. I look a bit weird at the moment, and I sort of like start muttering issuances in this trance-like state, and I sort of like say, issue those words that Raph just said. He's used this before in a professional manner and stuff like that. I'm actually doing like a specific object reading on this item. I can only do it for weapons and armor, by the way. I can't do it as a normal occultist.
That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. They don't know I'm an occultist yet, but
this has been used before. Used to kill.
Yes, by a professional. I don't know what he looks like yet because he give me that information, but yeah. As I say, it's up to GM. Whatever he gives me, that's what I get.
The kind of professional who might be hired for just such an activity.
Yeah, an assassin, probably, yes. I also find that it's a free identifier as well on it. I mean, if it's like
it's a small crossbow bolt from a small crossbow pistol, and there's poison on it.
Yes, exactly. As I said, if it was magical, I'd know it. And if it was out of interest, if it was cursed,
it wasn't.
I'd actually have. If it's cursed by somebody of lesser skill than me, lesser level,
Guess how long that particular. I mean, let's put it this way: that has been on the books since you guys first went up and knocked on the doors at the fort. You know, the amount of things you've chain reactioned off. It's a lot for me to keep track of.
Okay. Well, now I've actually got something to to aid in the party with. Seem to be involved. Who the hell have you lot been upsetting then?
Oh, the list is numerous, evidently.
Too many to count. Not enough to care.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Those people up at the Irish Hill were bloody weird and very rude. Wouldn't let me see them at all and just spoke to me on the other side of the gate. What the hell's that all about?
Where is Azura? Where's Zora?
She ran off outside. You don't know where she is.
Oh, she chased down the assassin, I believe. With that thing of hers.
Get her back in here.
That's a wonderful thing that we have to deal with now. Okay. Alright. Can you go and walk, or are you still poisonous? We shouldn't be leaving anyone alone.
You are so lucky the cure was one save on that. Because the damage it would have done would have been... Well, it would have probably killed you, to be honest.
You still look hurt, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and do a heal check on him. Or not a heal check, a healing thingy thing. Heal another Glenn. I will go and use a cure light. What level am I? 4? Right?
4th, I believe now, yeah.
Alrighty.
I mind just set up to where you press the enter button, but if you're doing it first, no problems.
Yeah, I'm just burning one of my spells.
Hey, 8
There
more
you go,
points of
dude.
healing.
Cure light for 14. Oh, no.
Glenn,
Yes, carry life for 14.
That's a survival check, yeah.
the palm of Gregor's right hand becomes briefly itchy for a few seconds, and he's not sure why. Itchy isn't the right word for it. It's the he feels as if he's just put his sword down and can feel the after feel of it still in his hand for a few seconds. And he's like, he knows he wasn't holding it, so that's odd.
Something bothering you apart from having this nasty wound?
Now, you've had this experience once or twice before, and it was fairly mild, and it was fairly mild this time as well.
I'm just sitting there.
Recovering, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for whatever is.
With Winter fussing over your wounds, and after a couple of seconds, the sensation fades.
All right, hang on. Let's see. Skill, alchemy. Not good enough. I think I rolled it earlier. 17. I think.
So
Renacio,
after a minute,
that was the venom from a black adder. It's a nasty poison that can actually kill if there's enough of it. Especially if someone gets shot in a major artery with a life-threatening injury.
Yes, nice shot. Blackadder poison.
That's from my knowledge only.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
rolled a
he still knows
17
it was a nice
earlier.
shot. Is the roll to identify poison the same as the save DC of the poison?
Yes.
In that case, yes, Glenn. Black adder venom. It's a nice, fun poison. Fortitude save DC 11. One save around for 6 rounds. The effect is 1d2 constitution damage for 6 rounds, and the cure is 1 save, so you were so lucky you passed that save after taking all that damage.
see what, after about a minute I come walking back in?
Do you find him?
I'm asking Raph if that's acceptable.
It's been more like 2 or 3 minutes by this point, but yeah,
Okay.
you come wandering in to find them tending to his wound and discussing the poison and the injury and wondering who could have done this.
Cotton's
I have
going to
a-
guard the door.
Fairly good idea who did this. We got to take care of this damn fort.
I wasn't able to find who it was. There was a bunch of people outside, not directly, but
They could probably look at whoever they want to.
I didn't ask them.
That's a good idea.
It didn't seem like a good idea to tell them or inquire. I do have good ideas periodically, just
Well, I was going to say rest because I used a lot of some of my abilities earlier, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a chance to.
I've already used most of mine. I've still got the my cantrips. That's what I usually have for the day.
Alright, so what are you all doing then?
I look to my new associates and wonder what they want to do.
Good sir, we need to go finish clearing out the fort. The fort has been overrun by evil.
They had these undead guys, and they had some fishy guys, and they all stink, and yeah, we need to go back. You gotta watch. You see a mirror, destroy the mirror. If you see a carpet, burn the carpet.
Why the carpet?
Just something about carpets. I can't handle being around them.
Then don't look down.
It's not that easy.
And don't forget to kill all outsiders and any knife or small blade you see.
That, and whenever you have Catherine around, for some reason, I'm not sure why, Cotton always wants to be around Catherine.
I think to myself, what the hell have I let myself on for here? Totally nice. Don't say anything. I say, okay. Anything else I should know?
Well, I don't think you're going to get that job that you're wanting unless we get that fort taken care of and find out what happened to your previous employer.
I hope the Count's still alive, because it says it's good pay as well. Bastard.
Isn't the Count the guy from the other place we visited when we first met up?
Count Hasserton Lowes the Fourth, who had arranged for you all to be incarcerated in the asylum.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
I'm just not blatantly saying it.
I think I like to sit here and just take a nap.
Winter says, I'll stay here and keep you company.
Sorry about that. What's this link to?
A teleport link has been provided to the fort, as the majority of the party is going there. Gregor is going to take a short nap and then hopefully catch up with you all. Halissa and Winter are going to keep him company. And Floofer is kind of tugging at the stem of Renacia's skirt, trying to get her to come along.
As we're approaching the fort, I'll point up at the two ballistae and go, there were undead up there shooting down at us when we were trying to go into the fort.
All right, before we go any further, can someone tell me what the number is in the line underneath my name?
1 moment.
Rage 13.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Glenn, are you planning to catch them up eventually or stay here for a bit longer?
No, I'll go with them.
Are you going to attempt to motivate Renacia to come along as well? She's rather morose at the moment.
Oh, come on, Renacia.
She really doesn't want to go.
Renacia. If you stay here, there's a good chance someone might shoot you in the neck, and we're not all here to help you.
Oh,
so
good.
It would be a good idea to get your butt up out of the bed and come along.
My behind is very much content with staying here. Thank you.
And if your behind stays there much longer, it will be the size of the bed.
Oh, true.
Floofer rubs against your
roll. You know what? I'm gonna make you roll.
Oh, what am I gonna? Oh, let's see.
And Raph can decide.
Floofer rubs against your ankle, and in your voice you hear his head saying, "Yo, bitch, we gonna move or what?" That was terrible, Glenn.
I don't have diplomacy. This is not a diplomatic character.
Generally, I'm very much of the opinion that social and persuasion skills should be not used on other player characters because that should be down to the roleplay. And that those skills are more for interacting with NPCs.
Yes. Renacia.
True.
If you
Fine.
stay here, you are basically giving me permission to take Foofer and throw him in the river, right?
Would Flooper like to react to that?
For
I
a
will give
moment,
Foofer a sly
you
wink.
realise that he doesn't react, and then you remember that his telepathy only works with the person he's in physical contact with at the time.
But he can still growl like a dog.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He growls at you, harassing his mistress, and bares his tentacles and flails them at you threateningly.
Plus, whatever money we find, I guess we all get to keep. You don't get any of it.
What do you take me for, a thief?
I guess you want to stay then.
Floofer walks over and wraps his mouth tentacles around Gregor's ankle and tugs. And Gregor, for the first time ever, hears a voice in his head saying, "Yo, dickwad, you gonna make this dumb bitch move or what?"
Okay, I'll lean over, pick up Foofer, and start walking towards the outdoor door. I
Not
guess
me,
don't
you
want
dumb
Foofer
cunt!
anymore.
Jesus Christ!
And
I
his
guess you don't
tentacles
love your
flail
dog.
and waggle around as he barks and growls threateningly.
Oh dear! Falls off the bed.
Stop. Are you
Forget
coming?
that you actually need balance and the will to use balance.
Hey, mister. Could you,
Yes.
hold me out at arm's length? Otherwise I'm going to shit on your shoes.
I'll hold him out over arm's length over her.
He squeezes and shits on her.
Well, that does it. I'm not going nowhere.
Yes, you are. I don't think I can do it, but I'll give it a shot.
Nope.
I'm not
I've
that
got
strong.
an excuse now, and that is I'm too filthy.
Holy shit!
Wait a minute.
I'm dragging her.
He grabs her and
Alright.
begins to manhandle her out of the door, dog shit and all. Although he does let go of the dog to do so, and
Yes, I
Floofer starts trying to drag her as well.
The dog shit on her, and you said, "All right, well, I'm gonna try it now." I thought you were gonna shit on her.
I didn't even think about that. That would have been funny as hell.
You did a strength check, and it was like, I got her, and I'm like,
Oh
what
dear.
the fuck?
All right,
That'd have been more
officially
for
not
death
even
for
trying
pain.
now. The depression level just plummeted below the bottom of the barrel. Thank you very much. It's bottom of the barrel now. Thank you very much.
Oh dear.
Hey, did I see that dog crap on her?
Fortunately not. You'd already headed off. They waited a while before
We-
catching up.
We had all already left.
You may see evidence of it, though.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have clean. As I can throw up.
Officially not trying. If you don't
Halissa
have
volunteers to try and find something in her size that might be at least decent. And
She
not
probably
covered in
needs her
dog shit.
armor.
So Halissa provides a rather attractive, if somewhat a little bit too small, peasant gown. And Halissa and Winter try to help Renacia out of her garments and into this new thing. And she really isn't helping very much. She's just kind of sitting there sulking.
sitting there sulking and having clothes pulled off, falling off the chair or whatever I'm sitting off, having to drag me back up onto the seat and try to wrestle me back into something new. It's just like
It's gonna take
trying
a
to dress
while, yeah.
ragdoll. It's just like trying to dress a ragdoll, except this ragdoll is very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that heavy.
So she's eventually dressed in something Halissa probably used to wear a few months ago, or maybe even older. And Halissa takes away the shit-stained clothes reverently. You get an impression she might almost want to never wash them, although she's not quite that stupid. And Winter says, "Look, we'll have to do something for her. I can't do anything today, but maybe I'll pray for her, and perhaps the goddess will help her to come to her senses again."
Tell her to make them all go away. Tell her to make them all go away.
I don't know how this will work, but maybe I can help. I really don't know how this is going to work. Raph, I don't know if this spell will...
I suppose we'll find out.
Well, I'm going to send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
What is it? Calm emotions?
No, it's... I don't have anything that cool yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where is Raph? There he is.
Okay.
Okay.
Send it through Map Tools so that I don't get a whole load of stuff switching to Skype at the moment because it's been a bit awkward. The new Skype is the shit Skype. We all know this. It used to be good.
See, I don't know, because if one helps with that, it might, if rest helps with that problem, this might help also. I'm not 100% sure. So there you go. There is the...
You seen the duration on it, right? And the target.
Oh, damn it. Oh, well, never mind.
Look, I wouldn't have minded the duration so much, but the target, it's
yeah.
self-only. It may be difficult to apply to another person.
Yep.
If it wasn't target self-only, it might be very helpful.
I'll just remember it for me and Lady Catherine if need be. I can't help her.
But you can at least drag her awkwardly through the streets.
That's about all I can do.
With Floofer barking and yelping and following and attracting a bit of a crowd, to be honest. There's staring and there's gossiping going on.
What?
But
Like
no
the last
one...
time they dragged me to the streets?
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you there. What was that?
Like the last time they dragged Renacia through the streets?
Kind of. A bit more gossiping and onlookers, though, this time.
I think I have what might fix this issue. Making mention that everybody else will get treasure and she won't.
I'll take a share.
Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for it. No, it's okay. It's okay. I was just checking that certain other unfortunate mental conditions other people were afflicted with had not fully manifested yet. I was like, wait, is that ongoing at the moment as well? No, it's not. Good. There are some onset times I'm being very aware of.
And I'll mention that the person that has been pretending to be us has all kinds of money that she don't have and items.
Hey, poor Eric is currently suffering from 2 phobias and melancholia. Just wait another 3 days till the paranoia sets in.
Oh, Jesus. So what do you think, Raph?
About what?
The second one I just sent you.
Honestly, initially didn't realize it was a separate one. One moment. Interesting name. You have this?
Yes.
It's called...
Second level spiritualist.
Mm-hmm.
From occult origins.
Do they get the full list, or do they get like a learned list, like sorcerers or something?
They get a learned list.
Okay, and you chose this, huh? Interesting. Yeah, that might... yeah, that could help in an interesting way. I mean, go ahead and try it. Oh wow, what a duration. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, that would be a will save since I'm dragging her ass.
Yep. Let's have a will save there, Cass.
Knowing my luck, she'll pass.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, maybe not.
I could not see what she rolled, so I don't know.
She hasn't rolled it yet.
Roll which?
A will save.
Oh great, he's casting a spell on me.
Don't make it.
You feel a sense of righteous indignation, of self-importance, and like it's overriding the depression, and you're now more like, how do people dare tell me what to do? I'm going to go and do what I want. I'm going to get up, I'm going to slap him in the face for dragging me out here, and I'm going to walk to the fort, damn it, and deal with things. You're feeling motivated, you're feeling very sort of huffy and puffed up and very self-important.
Well, the GM is now telling me what to do, so I am going to go over to slap him in the face and probably just go back to the temple. Alright, I'll go over to the fort, damn it!
She actually feels a compulsion to hit that damn doppelganger.
Fortunately, this will only last for about...
No, I feel compulsion to hit anybody with a face relative to Gregor, including Gregor right in front of me. Mother, may I?
Oh God, what a memory. So you do all eventually make it to the fort. I'll take Floofer. And there it stands, dark and oppressive and imposing. And the front gates are closed. As you draw near, you hear dogs barking in the courtyard. And there appears to be no one manning either of the ballista on top of the towers.
Is the door locked?
What was that, Eric?
Is the door locked?
Hard to tell from this side. But you imagine the bolt is back in place on the other side.
Now look at the guy who had his ghost thing go through the wall and open it.
Is it locked?
The doors are closed, and you haven't even taken the teleport link yet. It's impressive.
I never got a teleport link.
I put it in there for everyone. You have to scroll up a bit to see it. I'll drop a new one.
Okay, I got it.
Good, because I almost gave you the wrong one.
Well, I would have cried. Where is everybody? Oh, she is not there yet.
Yeah, I
am in
almost
a
gave
wall.
you a link to the battlements by mistake.
And someone brought my token, right?
Yes,
Seven did.
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, I will check to see if the door is locked first.
I'm up there with him.
You press against the doors and they do not open. It feels as if the mighty beam is back in the brackets blocking the far side. There's definite resistance. And you hear the dogs barking in the courtyard.
Shall I deal with this? I asked the party.
Well, I was going to... Well, it's going to take me about, what, 10 minutes or a minute?
A minute to summon her, I think, but why don't
See
you
how
see what your new companion has in mind?
Go ahead, sir.
Knock spell. Open sesame.
Okay, you cast your spell. You hear a shifting as the wooden beam lifts itself from the metal brackets and falls down inside the door. But it doesn't hit the floor, it hits something wooden that seems to be piled up behind the door, barricading it, and it clatters ominously. You push the door gently, and you push it open enough just to see that the cart has been dragged behind the door to reinforce it
Yeah.
and make it hard to open.
Yeah. Somebody's pushed a cart of some description behind this door to stop us getting in.
You also see the two arrow slits pointing ominously out at you. And at the sound of the clatter of the wooden beam falling, a door opens. You hear a door open.
Mm-hmm. Ah, somebody's coming.
Arrow slits? I move away from the fucking arrow slits.
Only
Well-
give this for a hard push.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be behind him then, because he'll be up.
There's
The door.
a gurgling sound, and then the door closes again. Now, what was that about the bush, Eric? We'll just put you over here in the trees.
Yeah.
He said he was giving the door a hard push.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He gets up there and presses his mighty arms against either door and strains and heaves, and you see the great muscles of his back working. And with a great creaking, skidding sound, the cart gives way and tips over on its side, and he forces one door open, steps through, shoves the cart out of the way, and heaves the other one open. And now, the door on the left opens, and you will get to roll initiative.
Yay.
There. I'm guessing it took a full minute for that to happen, so Lady Catherine is out. So I have to change some things.
Rubbish.
Oh shit, which one is it? That one gets removed. That one gets checked.
I need to check something really
How long
important.
does this new stage last for? I'm just very curious now.
Currently, quite a long time, probably.
Quite a long time, okay. Because if it was only a few rounds, then it'd probably be a lot like coming down from an energy
about
drink.
4 minutes. So it's kind of wearing off now, and you're starting to feel mopey again. Tell you what, make me a will save to resist the depression. It's currently a DC of 12 because it has been reduced already. You managed to shake off the depression, and while you still feel a bit miserable and depressed, it's nowhere near as overpowering as it was before.
Alright. Well, that is.
We need an initiative value for you as well. There we go. Renacia, you're actually up first. You can see fishmen behind the door.
Right on time. In my
And
move
someone
down.
did roll my initiative, right?
1 second. I have to get my initiative in there.
I did roll for you, Scott. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
All right,
just
we'll
go and resort.
Behind which door? Because in front of Eric, I don't see anything.
Behind this door that I've made fishmen visible behind.
Okay.
The one that I said opened.
Gotcha.
I am going to step here
Mm-hmm.
and throw a bomb.
Hurl that bomb. Wait, didn't we... Have you somehow gained the throwing bombs class feature since last session?
Nope.
Ah. Would you like to
I don't-
rethink that
at
course
least I
of
don't
action?
think so. At least that's not a feat that I remember gaining.
Okay,
And I've made
so
sure that I
you-
gained all of them.
You step into the doorway, wish you had a bomb. Realise you don't, but you might have some other things you could throw instead.
Alchemy fire.
Go for it.
Which one was that?
Special button for special attacks, that'd be the F3. When you could click throw splash weapon.
Throw slash weapon.
Yeah. So a flask sails through the air, catching this fishman right in the face. Is it D6 plus 1 or 2D6?
Alpha's 5. D6, just straight D6.
Oh, right, a straight D6 then, yeah.
Yeah. And next
How
round,
many
D6.
How many d6 again? I couldn't hear you.
1.
One.
Okay, well, someone rolled for me.
The one that's hit, though, is now on fire. I'll take him an action next round to put the fire out.
No, I think he was hitting the ones that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Burning, he's burning. He does not like it. He's a fishman, he's burning. This is an anathema to him. Gregor, she just lobbed a firebomb.
Well, she seems to be better. Hopefully she's not too mad at me.
Well, she didn't throw it at you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm an idiot. I drew a destiny. I am not getting that close to them, but at least I have a sword out.
Okay, awesome. You doing anything else?
Yep, and I am.
As you draw the sword and hold it, you adjust your grip on it slightly, and it feels really familiar, like it belongs in your hand right now. And you're not sure why.
Oh, I hit with a rock! Oh my dear God, I finally hit!
You hit the fishman right in his burning face with a piece of rubble. It just swings through the air and catches him right between the eyes.
I've had this spell since I started this game, and that's the first time it's fucking hit!
Oh, it's great, isn't it? Wonderful. Okay, Michael, are you back with us, or are you...
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, well, it's Virgil's turn.
Alright. Let's see.
You can hear many dogs barking from the courtyard beyond these doors in the centre of the fortress. They sound like they're very big.
That doesn't sound fun. Right. So let me see here.
Do you want to make a knowledge nature check? Just while you're at it.
Sure, give me a second. Skill check. I will knowledge nature.
The dogs sound very angry.
Yeah.
Alright, what else would you like to do? Sorry, I should allow everyone else to make that knowledge nature check as well if they want.
I'll just have my turn.
Or they can wait till their turn to do it. Cass, you already had your turn, so same goes for you, Glenn, so you can both roll for it now if you want.
I do not have knowledge nature.
Okay. I'll see if I do, because I'm not sure if I do. Ah!
Yep,
Ah.
the dogs sound angry.
I'm going to intimidate a fishman. Fishman 5, in fact.
Okay, I'm going to give you a +1 bonus because he's on fire and he's just been hit in the face by a rock.
Okay. I didn't add that +1, but it'll be an 18 total.
Yeah, he's very scared.
Alright.
One moment. Wisdom modifier, isn't it? Oh yeah, he is scared. Anything else?
That's basically it for me.
Alright, the dog's barking intensifies. Eric. Evan, would you like to send him a screenshot or something? You've forced open the doorway into the Great Hall. The door on the left-hand side is open. Behind it are 3 fishmen, one of whom they've been hit by a flaming incendiary. One's been hit in the face with a rock and he looks worried. Ahead of you are the double doors into the courtyard, and to your left is a doorway that you've been through before but is currently closed. In the far right hand corner are the remains of a smashed mirror that was destroyed last time you were here. It's all gone really quiet.
I'm going to move and draw my blade and go to the door where the fishmen are and then attack them.
Okay, you stride across there.
Mm-hmm.
Sword
Don't
raising.
forget, when someone rolls for me, add me a +1 because there are 2 people. They're threatening. 2 bad guys that threaten me. That's
3 are threatening
+1
you at the moment, so yeah, we'll give you a +1 bonus. Do you have power attack?
No, I do not, and I'm not entering a killing rage. So just a normal plus with a +1 to attack.
That hits.
Yep, it does. You carve into him, and the blade goes through his collarbone and 2/3 of the way down to his hip, and he just slides off the sword as you wrench it back up, viscera and gore dripping off it. And his 2 companions just look agog, their big fish eyes blinking and their mouths flapping open and shut as fish do. What a kill. Lady Catherine is here or is not here at the moment?
She is here. That's what I did.
It's
for
her
a
turn.
minute. She's going to move up to here. I have to check see what form I have her in. It should be the normal one, but I will make sure. She is not corporeal. She is an ectoplasmic.
I'll allow you to choose when you summon her which form she's in.
Yeah. I just had to make sure I had the correct armor equipped.
That's okay.
And she'll move up to there, and she will use a cure on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is still injured. Oh, lovely. And she'll be done, but she's just pretty much moving to protect me.
Okay.
Actually, since the dogs are barking from that door, she'll move to there.
Azure.
As Azure begins moving into the room, she'll call to Cotton and say, "Guard the far door. Don't let anything come in." And I'm going to go to here to try and get a better angle on whatever is to the sides of what Eric's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, pardon me, acid splash whatever it is, or attempt to do so.
What a most
Let's see.
unladylike acid splash.
Well, yeah, considering the target has cover and I'm firing into melee, and I don't have either one of those benefits.
Go for it. You hit the wall rather impressively and damage the plasterwork a little bit.
Okay.
One of the fishmen will attack the Eric. It has a trident. It has a clawed hand. It has a bite. And it has an Eric. Well, it just managed to graze him with the trident.
Ooh, someone rolled very quickly.
How much damage?
Before or after damage reduction?
After damage reduction.
7.
Thank you.
Leaving you on... Someone else can mouse over because the attack window's in the way for me.
38 of 45.
And then the second one steps up and over the flaming corpse of its companion and attempts to exact fishy revenge upon you.
Another hit.
This time it stabs you with the trident and leans in and bites you. After damage reduction, that will be 7 more from the trident and 4 more from the bite.
It didn't look like the bite hits him.
No,
15? Oh, no, okay, sorry.
17 AC.
Yeah, we'll give him 4 back there.
Okay, so you'll be at 31 of 45.
What is it, Cass?
Never attempt to take on more than one enemy at a time. We know that rule, don't we?
Hey, these aren't Lothric knights, okay? These are just crappy fishmen. You hear footsteps running and a door opening somewhere off to the east. The footsteps seem to be approaching. They sound like webbed feet slapping wetly on the cold fortress floor.
Is this door currently closed?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But probably not for much longer if those footsteps are anything to go by.
As Cotton's coming into that area, he whips out the War Razor and drops into full defense right here in front of this door to keep it closed.
Okay.
Because that's what it told him
Alphonse.
Okay.
You don't know who smashed the shit out of the big mirror on this wall over here earlier, but nobody swept up the pieces.
Oh, Lord. Really?
Miss against number 6. Roll 2. I did a 7 to hit him, I rolled a 2, so that's me done.
One moment, everybody. All right.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Interesting. Okay. Very interesting indeed. Carry on. Yeah, Alphonse's turn.
I'll take him a turn, missed.
Okay.
Rolled a 2. I actually need to roll a 7 to hit the thing.
Oh, boo, what a shame. I'd like everyone to make me a perception check.
Incoming.
Also, as you stand fighting in the doorway, Alphonse and Eric, you can smell a really strong bad smell coming out of that room beyond the door. And you can see the two fishmen fighting you. Their eyes are watering and they're trying to hold their breath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyone get good there? Yeah, Gregor, you hear a voice from the next room through here say, "No, wait." And it's Azure's voice. Renasir, it's your turn.
Alright, take out my crossbow.
Alright, you move to that central position there, you take out your crossbow. You can start to smell the smell of really badly gone off milk that's been there for at least 3 weeks now, going off. It is really bad.
Pungent. Reminds me of the last time we walked in here through the front door.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the place reeks of it. Whatever's gone on in there, it's got to be neglect. It's got to be something really bad and revolting. Gregor, you heard the voice clearly. The others didn't seem to have heard it.
Oh, God.
It's enough to make you look twice at the person next to you.
No, I know the person I brought. She still smells. Oh, God. Here we go. This is going to make it more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Firing into melee. And it looks like target has cover. And of course.
Hey, at least you tried. You fling another small piece of rubble towards him. Virgil, your turn. The dog's barks are echoing round the chamber.
I'll go into the foyer to go and have clear view of all the doors. And I will see, do I see the other... I don't see the other fishman.
Man,
fishman...
these map tools dice, I tell you.
So, Fishman 6. Make a will save as I give you the evil eye. And this will be against your AC.
Ooh, he may or may not have passed that one. That looks borderline.
That does indeed look borderline. I think he did save, but let me go take a look. Let's see. That would be it for my turn, by the way.
Yep, that's okay.
So,
just give me a moment.
Which... let's see how the hex works. It's 10 plus half the witch's level plus the intelligence mod. So my intelligence modifier is still a +4. So yes, he saved. He is -2 for 1 whole round. Unless I start cackling.
A large body hurls itself against the doors here to the north. The barking is louder. Floofer, hearing the dogs barking, decides that it's a barking contest and starts barking back, which makes them even more agitated and angry than before.
Oh, Floofer, you're gonna get us all killed.
Eric. Now, when I say big dogs, it sounded like the impact against the door was almost the size of a human body. You know, we're talking big fucking dogs barking here. We're talking something like Alsatians. You know,
Can I get
really
another
bloody
image?
loud. He asked for an image. Can anyone provide one?
Yep, sec.
There are two fishmen facing you. There's a third one on the ground underneath them that you almost cut in half. To your right is a pair of double doors with something large trying to beat its way through. And
Alright, I'm
behind you,
taking damage, so
you have taken some damage, yes.
put me in a killing rage. You have to go into
Will
my
do.
purple items.
I'm doing it now. Equip items. Oh, apparently it was already selected for some reason. I don't know why it was, but it's on.
Alright. And swing at one of the fishmen.
Okay, this would explain the strength 20.
Yeah, because I'm almost supposed to have a strength of 18 without the killing rage.
You power on down into him, the blade carving into his ribs. His lips flap in pain, and he stands there spasming, but he still stands. Should I knock your rage down to... I suppose you can keep track of that, right?
Yeah, I've got a piece of paper. I'm going to mark 2 rounds off of it instead of 1 because last turn I did attack.
Okay, sure. Lady Catherine.
Yeah.
So, my next door neighbour used to have 2 very large German shepherds who were not well trained and would bark at every hour of the day and night. It was very loud. People many houses away have complained about it. So I'm just imagining what 4 of them would be like in a similar situation.
She cannot. Would she be able to squeeze over to there?
To where?
Or move over there?
Yes, yes she would. The grid's just a little bit awkward, that's all.
Okay.
Is she actually going to, like, seep through the doors to see what's on the other side of it?
No, she's actually going to help. This one will have what? Cover?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she will take an attack on the thing that has cover.
Okay, when you said help, I thought you might have meant one of the aid and other opportunities. But that doesn't feel right for him. What about her aura? When does that kick in, her aura of despair? Is that a few more levels' time?
That's a few more levels' time, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check
Okay,
that.
just make sure we haven't been forgetting it.
Now, she does get an aura when she hits them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be fun. More stuff for me to keep track of.
Let's see. Deliver. Okay. I am checking when that aura comes in now that you mentioned it.
Mm. It's in Occult Origins, isn't it?
Aura of Regret.
That's the one, yeah.
7th level.
Okay, little bit of a while then. It was just
Yeah,
important to know we weren't overlooking something we should have been keeping track of, because she's going to get complicated later on. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Make that attack.
Alright, if she hits, you'll need a will save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to put cover.
I'll just take the first one because it was cover indeed. That's still a hit.
Okay, then it will need to make a
will save.
Morse will save DC. Half her hit die, which is 1.
2. Oh,
2.
she's on a slower progression, isn't she? Yeah.
Well, she's. Yeah, I think so. No, I think she is 2 hit die or level 4, but she has a drain level, so I don't know how that works.
Oh, yeah, that does count as 1 less. Yeah. Okay, so the 1 plus what ability score?
Charisma, so it would be a 13 total.
He got 13 right on the nose, unfortunately.
Yep. But he'll take 6 points of damage as he gets
He did.
punched.
It really hurts. Everyone's fallen really silent for some reason.
I know.
I'm not sure why. It's a little ominous.
Eating food. Don't need you to hear me chomping on salad.
That's okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm back. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just checking something important in the background. Oh,
Glenn,
right.
did you see that private message I sent you?
On what?
I said Glenn.
Oh.
It's in Matt Tools.
No, not yet, Evan. I'm sorry. I'm trying to deal with something with Dennis.
Okay. The question was, did you, I was AFK at the time when you took your turn. Did you announce that you had heard Azure's voice further on?
No, it hasn't come to my turn yet.
Okay.
Lady Catherine's done though.
It is.
Go on. So that makes it Azure's turn, I believe. Awesome.
Yep. There's not really much I can do at the moment. I'll just stay put, take total defense, because there are too many people for me to have a chance of hitting that thing.
Okay. Right. The badly wounded fishman who is scared. Oh no, that's not him. Okay, that's the one who's on the floor bleeding and burning. So he will hiss and try to fight Eric with all he's got. With teeth, claws, but not the trident this time. Eric, the claws scratch you ever so slightly, and the fishy teeth bite you. 3 total damage from the claws, 2 from the teeth. And the second fishman will attack you as well. Yeah, he manages to jab you with his trident while the other one is biting and raking at you with his claws. For another 6 damage after damage reduction, leaving you on 24 out of 45 hit points. And why the hell is your constitution only 16 while raging? That is just Very disturbing.
Because I only get half the bonus from the rage.
Ah, got it. Right, okay. Wow. On the other side of the hallway, it's a tug of war time.
In what way?
Cotton feels people on the other side of the door trying to open it and is braced to try and keep the door closed.
Okay.
Maybe a strength check.
Okay. No.
No. The door is wrenched open to... What the hell are you doing, moving stuff?
I thought you were pushing me back.
Nope.
With the door
Nope.
opening. Okay.
The door is forced open to reveal 3 fishmen.
Cotton says, "We have company. I'll get him."
And the one who opened the door just like steps back as they open it. So I'll just move them back like that. And it's Cotton's turn.
Okay. Well, take a 5-foot step.
And get sneak attacked.
Because it has a 7 intelligence.
Yep, and it gets sneak attacked. Hello! Azure sneak attacks Cotton with 2 short swords.
I'm going to roll wisdom for Cottontail.
This is very disturbing.
Well, yeah, but it's also, we've all got it on the right side, and I don't know if she's got it on the left side, so...
There's no ribbons.
No ribbons. No, it's not the real one, then.
But it's such a quick attack, it takes a moment to take that in, as you're gaping and going, oh my god, I'm being stabbed.
Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting on the attack.
Here we go. Stab, stab!
Both miss. Because I haven't come out of full defense yet.
Good for you.
Because I haven't taken the rest of my turn yet. I've only taken a 5-foot step.
Technically, if you're planning on doing anything apart from full defense this round, I would say you drop it at the start of your round.
Okay.
What were you planning on doing as you stepped through the door?
Full attacking a fishman.
Oh, you're definitely not in full defense then.
Then those will both hit.
Ow. That's a
And
lot of damage.
It is. So first, mock attack roll to take off total defense.
Mm-hmm. That's 32 total damage.
Uh-huh.
Aren't you glad it was a summoned creature?
Not entirely.
Hey, summoned creatures have feelings too, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't sacrifice health for it yet.
not yet. Alphonse, extreme violence just occurred on the other side of the hallway. So you know when I was rolling that d6 earlier and just looking down the party members in the initiative window? Yeah, there was a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I see, I see.
I see, I see.
Hey, Paul?
Yes, I'm here.
Still your turn.
Okay, so I have a
So-
target.
There was an extreme stabbing in the opposite doorway on the far side of the hallway that just went down.
Mhm.
It looked like Cottontail got stabbed 8 times.
You also heard Cottontail, before stepping through the doorway, said, "We have company."
And that was so ironic when that was just proven true. All right. Who's the target, Paul? I presume it's a fish man in the doorway.
Yeah, 6.
Oh, he is dead. But I'm close his attack window first, otherwise it would be buggy. He very dead.
Okay. Nothing more I can do. That's it.
So dead, in fact, that he will not be fighting anymore in this conflict.
Oh, good.
Damn, I should have been bonus sold for this.
Hey, so I think Azure is going to run upstairs. Up.
Azure with quotes.
We never saw that Azure.
And what the worst thing is, none of us will ever know what happened, what transpired.
Oh, we'll know eventually.
I think Azure's got a
when he gets
fairly
up.
good idea. Because she was there. And looking.
One of them was.
Both of them were. Right. Let me just arrange that like that. Yep. Hooray. And...
That's just for you in the, yeah.
Alright, yeah. Kettle's good. In fact, given the time, do we want to take a quick sort of snack break at the end of the round? Gregor, it's your turn. You saw Cottontail open the door, get stabbed by 8 different blades from all the one direction, and drop on the spot, bleeding, stuffing.
Bleeding, stuffing. Stuffing.
Okay, I start summoning.
Okay, awesome. Virgil, summoning has begun.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is cast a Haunting Mist.
Oh, again? Wow. Okay,
Put it into this room.
awesome.
So, like, centering into that corner.
Can
All
you
right.
see that corner?
From his position, kind of almost.
Okay.
So
close, like,
the mist comes
as far
billowing
as-
out. Remind me what it does again. It's saving throws, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
20-foot radius?
Yeah, something like right. I
You
don't
want a
remember.
radius?
Not quite yet, but we have saving throws. And it was yellow, wasn't it? It was for yellow mist.
Yep, it was the yellow fog.
Awesome.
So give me a second to go and just look at it, and I can go and tell you what exactly you need to be doing. I believe
is
it's
yellow.
well saved.
It is yellow and they have rolled saving throws. We have a 13, a 19, and a 12. And a 14.
So let's see. Haunting Mists. Haunting Mists. An illusionary misty vapor. Blah blah blah. Will save partial. All creatures within the mist must save or take 1d2 points of wisdom damage and gain the shaken condition. And the shaken condition lasts as long as the creature remains in the mist.
Can you check the save DC for me, please?
The save DC is... It is a level 2 spell. It is save DC 16.
Okay. Evan, you can apply this to Cottontail as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's unconscious. She technically does not...
Might regain consciousness.
Uh-huh.
So I am just saying, for right now, she does not get it because it is a figment, and you need to be conscious for that.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to roll me... there we go. It was wisdom, wasn't it?
Yep, wisdom. And
Okay.
Even this is the one thing that doesn't make a lot of sense. The creatures remain shaken as long as they go and remain in the mist. So I do think that the guy that saved is still shaken.
No, the save included the shaken condition, and he probably won't be in it very long anyway.
Right.
You hear more barking and howling and scratching at the door here. It's very loud. Eric, you're on the doorway. One fishman remains. You can smell the smell of really badly gone off milk, but you don't care because you're in your cold killing rage and of emotionlessness.
Yep. So I'm going to try to kill him.
Awesome. Or, as Captain Malcolm Reynolds would say, when someone tries to kill him, you kill him right back. Not the best of thinkers, but you are no longer outnumbered, so you're not going to get your +1 bonus to hit.
Mm-hmm.
But you slog him with the blade and send him bouncing up against the central wall at the middle of the spiral stairs, and he comes reeling back, staggering from the impact, bleeding heavily. You think you've exposed one of his lungs. It's Lady Catherine's turn. Glenn?
Yes.
It's still Lady Catherine's turn.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to... I got all kinds of stuff.
It's okay, man.
Oh, shit. There's one guy still standing. That guy just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
She knows Gregor is...
Okay, so she moves towards the doorway where the yellow fog, so similar from the asylum, is billowing in the room beyond.
Yeah, well, she is... Actually, she is stopping here and casting mage armor upon herself. Or, yeah... Or do I have to cast it and then she can... No,
Yes.
she can cast it. Okay, I have to cast mage armor first and then she's able to use it, or can she just...
You have to cast it. She doesn't actually have the ability to cast it unless you give it to her. Is what had happened last time. Or some shit like that. She doesn't normally have spell casting.
She has share spells.
Okay, then that means that as long as she's within 5 feet of you, any spell that you want to cast on her, you cast on her. It's you casting it, not her casting it.
Okay, well, she put mage armor upon herself. I guess that's...
No, that means that when your turn rolls around, you cast the spell on her, she gets the benefit of mage armor. She doesn't actually cast the spell. That's what share spell is. Like if I want to cast a spell on Cotton, it's got to be right next to me. But I have to do it, not Cotton. Virgil and his peacock have that same ability as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
And I can use the peacock to go and deliver healing spells.
Well, that's because you've got a special ability with your peacock.
Yeah. Well, that's just a familiar ability. To go and do share, transfer, touch spells. And being a witch.
The
Okay.
leopard peacock with the ability to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
okay.
just move to there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm never playing a spellcaster again.
That's all right. Azure.
Does that fog obscure vision of the enemies?
Yes.
It's not too thick. It's more of a gentle mist. It makes the area seem creepy and freaky. You can't necessarily see all the way across the room, but you can see a little bit into it.
It is 20% for the first 5 feet, but after that, it
Okay, so you can just about
50%.
see stuff on the edges. Yeah.
Okay, so I will come out of full defense. Ready in action. Should one of the fishmen, or basically an enemy, come within her field of vision in that fog, then I'm going to do a daze spell on them.
Okay, wonderful. And one of them is ever so obliging, doing just that.
I'll arrange the bunny. Oh, okay, you got it. Are they considered humanoid or a monstrous humanoid?
Yes. To both those questions.
If it is a humanoid, then daze will work on it. If
They
it is
are
a
considered monstrous humanoids.
then it will not work on it.
Okay, you attempt to daze the fishman. It keeps on coming. It staggers out of the fog and jabs at you with its trident because it can.
Because monstrous humanoid is its own type.
It fails to jab you with its trident. It's very depressing. Cottontail gets to roll to stabilize or not, as the case may be.
Okay, one moment. Not.
Alright. Alphonse.
Okay, I see an associate needing help. So,
You do.
Actually, where am I? In there.
Mhm.
Can I get you there or not?
Don't help me, help
You
Cottontail.
can. Yeah.
Okay, on the way there. But
You
anyway,
stride over.
first,
It's a
mate,
bit
you
cramped
got-
with the bench, but you fit in the square. It's fine.
probably means I'm going to miss with this attack then. Big weapon. Oh gosh. Yes. That's really not the window where I want the window to be. But a single attack with a big codon size. First
Mhm.
attack one. Oh, rubbish damage. 8.
Hey, you still hit him, okay?
Actually, yeah.
And you hurt him a lot because he's already been injured.
Mm-hmm.
He sways and staggers under the impact of your blow, but remains on his feet.
Yeah.
New round. Renacia, it's your turn. I need to go to the toilet, so I'm going to suggest a quick toilet and whatever break for people. I'm going to go... Right. Do we want to call it at the end of the round tonight, or basically, do we want to call it at the end of the fight, or do we want to push on and have a really long session?
I don't mind.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Well,
I
it's
like
just
a
the
session.
recording's a few hours long now, so it's going to have a longish upload time. So basically, if I stop it and then restart it for the second part, that's cool. But if we just want to end at the end of the fight, we can just push on till that. I don't mind. It's just if I'm going to the loo now, this would be a good time to stop for a break.
Stop for a break, but I'd like to continue on
Okay.
tonight.
Yeah.